Very importantly, I'm hereby directing the Department of Defense and Pentagon to immediately begin the process necessary to establish a Space Force as the sixth branch of the armed forces.
Trump rips off Star Trek. U.S. Space Force copies Star Trek logo. U.S. Space Force copies Starfleet's logo. Star Trek fans are pissed. It would seem the president instructed designers to copy Star Trek creator Gene Roddenberry's work if you believe the media and numerous social media posts and angry comments floating around online. Those who believe what the media is peddling or taking to heart those angry comments and posts have a lack of understanding of history. Follow me as I dissect the history of space exploration symbols and where the U.S. Space Force got its logo from. Hi, I'm Isaac and this is Movie University. On this channel, I explain various aspects of the movie entertainment industry. Please consider supporting me by buying Movie University merchandise in the description below. What makes me qualified to explain this topic, you ask? I was stationed with the 3rd Marine Aircraft Wing for 3 years and did an internship at NASA where I talked to the history officer quite often because my cubicle was right across from his office. And if you followed my channel over the years, you know I love Star Trek. So while I'm not an expert in either organization's history, I do have a better grasp on this topic than most people do. The United States Space Force officially got its emblem when President Donald Trump unveiled the logo via social media. Immediately, critics accused the president of copying the logo of Starfleet Command from Star Trek. Here's the original post from President Trump. After consultation with our great military leaders, designers, and others, I am pleased to present the new logo for the United States Space Force, the 6th branch of our magnificent military. Now here's the logo for Starfleet Command, a derivative of the emblem that came in 1966. At first glance, there are definitely some similarities. They both got an upward facing arrow, both have circular orbiting objects, both have a star field, both are round, and both have their names on the outer edge of the emblem. But is it a ripoff though? No, and here's why. If you've ever seen or remotely studied space and military insignias, you know there's a super long and complex history behind each of them, and that there is a process to get them approved. Suffice to say, they all have to go through the U.S. Army Institute of Heraldry for approval. That department designs and furnishes all the emblems, seals, and insignias for the armed forces and other government agencies. Let's look at some other examples of space logos. This one, called the meatball, is the one most people will recognize and was created in 1959. Here's China's space agency, Russia's, and India. Looks like they all try to copy Starfleet Command, right? The delta symbol, which is the triangle in the center of all these, has been used by the military since at least 1942 when the U.S. Army Air Force used it, and the U.S. Air Force has been using the shape since at least 1961. Star Trek came out in 1966, and the U.S. Air Force Space Command logo came out in 1982. So, no, the Space Force does not rip off Star Trek. If anything, Star Trek was inspired by the U.S. military to use this symbol. This makes sense since Gene Roddenberry and other staff on the show were in the military and served during World War II. Check out this quote from StarTrek.com. The studio straight up admits that the inspiration for the Starfleet emblem comes from NASA. I think this is kind of cool. It gives the show a sense of reality. It connects the show to us. Now, why do they use the triangle? Well, the triangle is actually called a delta. And what's the significance of the delta? Well, the delta symbol means change in velocity. It's symbolized by a triangle and pronounced delta V. It is used in spaceflight dynamics as a measure of the impulse per unit of spacecraft mass that is needed to perform a maneuver such as a launch from or landing on a planet or a moon, or in space orbit maneuvers. The symbol is literally rocket science. We'd be stupid to not include it on these logos, and explains why it's used by space agencies on Earth. You would think that the actors from the shows would know what the media is peddling is not true. But no. Here are 3 examples of Star Trek actors accusing the Space Force of copying the logo. George Takei says, "We expect royalties." Well, you're going to owe the government a lot of money since NASA and the military had it before you guys did. And to be clear, everyone online hasn't been against the new logo, and I know that. Google tells me that Starfleet, a division of the United Federation of Planets, was established in 2161. That's like 140 years from now. So will humanity look back and see that Starfleet copied President Trump's Space Force logo? Links to StarTrek.com's explanation of the Delta symbol, NASA's emblems, and Space Force's post on their logo are in the description below. Let me know what you think of the new logo in the comment section. I'm Isaac, and this is Movie University.